Get ready to guess who discovered MSG, where Buddhism is practiced, and when Diane Harrell set a world record. If you can guess, you'll win on Guess What? And now, here he is, the star of our show, Robin Ward.
Hi, welcome. This is Guess What? I'm your host, and for those that have never tuned into us before, it's a show where we ask a lot of questions about a variety of subjects, and of course our crack research department combs the four corners of the earth and vies to work weekends to assemble these questions. I think that's the right word, Nick, vies to work weekends?
I like it. It works for me.
That's right. At no additional expense to us, too. They volunteer their time, and of course they assemble the interesting and obscure questions with which to confound our family teams. Michael's sitting back there saying, oh, sure we do, sure we do. Right now, our teams, it's going to be an exciting day today, Nick.
Very.
And our teams are standing by because our champions, the Hunts, are on Game 6.
Yeah.
This is Game 6.
Yeah.
Okay, let's meet the teams without delay.
All right, Robin, our champions, as you said, a family that have won 5 games, meet the Hunts.
Welcome back, Sean. How are you?
Fine. My name is Sean Hunt, and I'm a grade 13 student right now, and this is my mother Blanche and my brother James.
Now, Sean, you are into computers and to statistics. Now, you told me on the last time we met on the show that you'd done some statistics on the chances of winning a grand prize on this show, given the fact that you have a 50% chance of winning each day. What are the actual odds against winning or for winning a grand prize?
Well, for winning 7 games in a row, it's about 0.8%.
0.8% chance of winning a grand prize. And what are the chances, do you remember, of winning, say, 3 games?
12.5%.
12.5% of 3 games. And what? Any statistic on 6?
6?
Yeah, this is where you are now. This is Game 6.
About 1.5%.
Really? Unbelievable. Good statistics. 0.8% chance of winning a grand prize. Interesting.
Yeah.
Thanks for compiling that for us. We won't bring that up with future contestants. It'll depress everybody. But you're within a sight of winning that grand prize. This is Game 6 for you, so you defied the odds. So good for you. Blanche, welcome back. Nice to see you.
Hello, Robin. Thank you. It's nice to be back. I'm the president and owner of Hobbit Hunt Books Limited, and my 2 sons are my ringers, I call them. Bring them in every day.
Great.
And you should have someone bring you gifts like the fellow in the States, you know, cookies or T-shirts.
Yes, nobody brings me gifts.
Yes.
I like cookies.
I was going to bring you some cookies this morning, and
Cookies?
I forgot.
I'll take a check or money order, too. It's fine, you know. It's convenient.
Yeah.
That's a good idea, Blanche. That's the idea of the day. Thank you very
I
much.
think
I'll
it
look for
is.
cookies the next
Yes,
game from
yes.
you. James, welcome back.
Hi, Robin.
How are you?
Hi. As you know, I'm a poor university student, so any prizes or money I can win here comes in handy.
Right. You're
No
in
doubt
4th
about it.
year, aren't you?
Yes,
At
last year.
honors English course.
Yes.
And you're going to do postgraduate work.
I
know
hope
you
so,
mentioned.
yes.
Yeah.
I hope so.
Well, you're a terrific team. I wish you the best today in your quest for the grand prize. Right now, let's meet the challengers, Nick.
All right, Robin, here's a family that likes to play Russian roulette with their Christmas presents. Meet the Walshes.
Hi, Sandy. How are you? Welcome to Guess What?
My name is Sandy Walsh, and I have 2 children. I work part-time, and
You have a great voice. You sound like, with that hair and that voice, you sound like you look and sound like Veronica Lake. You remember her, star from the 40s? You probably don't. Nick will remember her. I, of course, don't remember her.
Sure.
From the 40s. You look just like Veronica. So good luck on our show today. You're going to introduce me to...
this is my sister Rosemary.
Hi, Rosemary. Welcome to Guess What?
I'm a mother of 2, and I'm a night shift supervisor at a small factory in Port Hope.
Great. Well, I wish you're familiar with how our game is played?
Yeah, I watch it quite a bit.
Great. Well, I look forward to seeing how you do today and wish you the very best of luck. Nice to have you on the show, and this is Nancy. Hi, Nancy.
Hi.
How are you?
Fine, thank you. My name's Nancy. I'm from Port Hope, and I have 2 children. Work part-time with Sandy, and I'm Sandy's sister-in-law.
Great. Well, I wish you all the best. You ready to play our game?
Yes.
Get into it? Okay, then look at our board, and let's rock and roll. Okay, here's our first question. As you know, it's worth 60 points, and here it is. Monosodium glutamate, sometimes called MSG, is a salt used in the preparation and processing of food. What was the name of the Japanese chemist who discovered MSG's ability to improve the flavor of food? That's debatable. Was the man's name Kikunai Ikeda, Akira Kurosawa, Hideki Nukawa, Jimu Tenno, Hideki Tojo, Isoroku Namamoto? Okay, for 60 points, we start with our champs and Sean.
Hideki Yukawa.
Nice pronunciation. That is incorrect. Down to 50 points. Over to Sandy.
Hideko Chijo.
Pardon me?
Hideko Chijo. Is that how you pronounce it?
I'm not sure. Hideki Tojo?
Yeah.
No, that is incorrect. Down to 40 points. Over to Blanche.
Akira Kurosawa.
Incorrect. That is incorrect. I'll save you this, the agony, and down to 30 points. And we're over to Rosemary.
Jimu. Tinu or whatever.
That is also incorrect. We're down to 20 points, and we're over to James. Last chance to make a point.
Kukunai Akita.
That is correct for 20 points. Yeah, MSG, it's a debatable discovery, I mean, in terms of its worth to humanity, because they've discovered that eating too much MSG can cause a condition called, unfortunately, Chinese restaurant syndrome, which is victims suffer chest pains, headaches, and tingling in the arms and neck that lasts about an hour after eating. So, as a matter of fact, my favorite Chinese restaurant in Toronto where I eat, the Peking, they always tell me they do not use MSG. They announce that at the beginning, so it's... I don't think it's very nice stuff. That's my personal opinion. Okay, let's go to the second question. Again, it's worth 60 points. Buddhism is one of the major religions of the world, obviously. In which one of the following countries was Buddhism founded? Korea, China, Vietnam, India, Japan, or Tibet? Where was Buddhism founded? And for 60 points, we start with our challengers and Nancy.
India?
That is correct for 60 points. Congratulations. It was founded about 500 BC. Good answer on that. Our challengers have taken the lead now. Let's go to a team effort question. Raise those flaps if you would, please. And we'd like you to take a look at the monitor here. Now, in 1983, Universal Pictures released one of the greatest gangster films ever made called Scarface, a very violent film. It was directed by Brian De Palma and starred Al Pacino. What was the name of the Cuban gangster played by Al Pacino in Scarface? Was it A, Frank Lopez, B, Manny Ray, C, Don Corleone, or D, Tony Montana? You have 5 seconds to ponder that question. Time is up. Sean, what is your answer?
D, Tony Montana.
And Blanche?
A. Frank Lopez.
And James?
D, Tony Montana.
Okay, let's see how the Walshes voted. Sandy?
C.
You think C, Rosemary?
D.
And Nancy?
D.
Okay, let's find out right now the name of the gangster played by Pacino in Scarface. The answer is D, Tony Montana. 2 correct answers on the Hunt side. Sean and James put 50 points on the board. 2 correct also on the Walsh side. Rosemary and Nancy had it right. 50 points for them. At the end of our first round, our champions, the Hunts, have 70 points. Our challengers are ahead a bit with 110 points. And round 2 is coming up before you know it. Whoopee. Our champions, the Hunts, are going for the grand prize. They're on game 6. If they win 7 games, they'll win that prize. And right now, let's find out what the prize is today.
It's a trip to Greece from Olympic Airways and Apirotiki Cruises. 3 will fly out of Toronto to cruise to the beautiful islands of Greece. Compliments of Olympic Airways and Apirotiki Cruises. A trip worth $10,000.
Give a hey. Okay, let's go into the second round. At the moment, our champions have 70 points, as I said, and our challengers are putting up a good fight. They have 110 points, and this question, the first in this round, is worth, again, 60 points. Here it is. On July the 4th, 1984, Diane Hurrell set a world's record driving a car called the UFO-2, which stands for the Ultimate Fuel Optimizer. The car averaged 3,803 miles per gallon, believe it or not. Which one of the following companies built the UFO-2? General Motors, American Motors, Chrysler, Volkswagen, Ferrari, or Ford? Got the amazing gas consumption of 3,803 miles per gallon. Incredible achievement. And we'd like to know who built the car. And for 60 points, we start with Sean.
Chrysler.
That is incorrect. Down to 50 points. Over to Sandy.
General Motors.
Nope. Down to 40 points. Over to Blanche.
Ferrari.
Nope. Down to 30 points. Over to Rosemary.
Volkswagen.
No, we're down to 20. Last chance to make a point. James, it's up to you.
Ford.
Ford is correct for 20 points. Yeah, I guess they should be doing more research into cars that get that kind of fuel consumption. The only catch is the car average speeds between 13 and 22 miles an hour, so it wasn't exactly a Ferrari. This Ferrari, from what I understand, it gets about 7 miles to the gallon. Major gas consumer. Okay, some points salvaged on that. Let's go to the next question. Again, it's worth 60 points. Now, I think Sean will know the answer to this, being something of a, he doesn't like the terminology mathematical genius, but there's elements of that in Sean. Here is the question. A nonillion is a very large number. After the 1, how many zeros are there in a nonillion? 10, 50, 30, 100, 60, or 20? How many zeros after the 1 in a nonillion? And for 60 points, we start with Nancy.
20.
That is incorrect. Down to 50 points, over to Sean.
30.
That is correct for 50 points. Now, were you totally sure of that?
Yeah.
Yeah. 1 nonillion equals 1,000 octillions. Certainly clears it up for me. Okay, let's go to an audio question. It's worth 60 points once again. Here is the music. Listen carefully to it, please. You went? Oh, sorry. It's nodded off for a second there. I don't know why. The music just acts kind of as a sedative to me. That song, of course, was Daisy a Day by the great Hank Snow. Now, although you may not know it, Hank Snow was born in Canada on May the 9th, 1914. In which one of the following provinces was the great country music star Hank Snow born? Was it Ontario, Quebec, Saskatchewan, Newfoundland, Nova Scotia, or Alberta? Where was Hank Snow born? And for 60 points, we start with Sandy.
Nova Scotia.
That is correct for 60 points. Good stuff. Good answer, Sandy. Let's go to a team effort. Raise those flaps, if you would, please. Once again, our challengers, the Walshes, have taken a lead. They have a 30-point lead at the moment. And we'd like you to take a look at the monitor over here. Now, you're looking at the photograph of the ceiling of a famous art museum in New York City. What is the name of this art museum? Is it A, the Metropolitan Museum of Art, B, the Museum of Modern Art, C, the Whitney Museum of American Art, or D, the Guggenheim Museum? And you have 5 seconds to think about that. Time is up. Sean, what is your answer?
B, the Museum of Modern Art.
And Blanche?
D, the Guggenheim.
And James?
D, the Guggenheim.
Let's find out how the Walshes voted. Sandy?
B, modern art.
And Rosemary?
D, Guggenheim.
And Nancy?
B, modern art.
All right, let's find out right now the name of this particular museum pictured here. The answer is D, the Guggenheim. Okay, 2 good answers on our champion side. Blanche and James put 50 points on the board, and also 1 correct on the Walsh side. 20 points on the board from Rosemary. At the end of our second round, it's a tie game, and more coming up after these words. Stay with us. Thank you very much. If you at home would like to join us on Guess What as a contestant or as a member of our studio audience, just drop us a line. And here's Nick with our address.
All right, Robin, if you plan to be in Toronto and would like to be a part of Guess What in the audience or as a player, please write Guess What, Box 9, Station O, Toronto, Ontario, M4A2M9.
And some members of our studio audience win valuable prizes. Here's Nick with some of those prizes.
Some members of our studio audience may receive prizes furnished from Added Touch Cake Mixes. Lots of moist, delicious flavors to choose from, but only one kind of quality. The best. Added Touch, your best value. And our consolation winners will receive beautiful Cardinal watches. The classic timepiece for him or her, the Athena from Cardinal, features black chrome, Swiss gold plating, and mineral glass. High-tech, high-fashion quartz. It's from Cardinal.
Thank you. Okay, the final round is here, and at the moment it's a tie game. And the challengers, the Walshes, are putting up a terrific fight and giving our champions a run for their money, who are champions, of course, are trying for that grand prize. And good game in progress. Let's go to the last round, the first question of which, again, is worth 60 points. Here is the question. El Dorado is the name of a fictitious kingdom of enormous wealth. On which one of the following rivers was the legendary El Dorado supposedly located? Was it the Rio Grande, the Volga, the Yangtze, the Nile, the Amazon, or the Tigris? Which one of these rivers had the El Dorado, a famous fictitious kingdom, located on it? And for 60 points, we start with Blanche.
The Rio Grande.
That is incorrect, Blanche. Down to 50 points. Over to Rosemary.
The Amazon?
That is correct. 50 points. Yeah, apparently explorers searched for the mythical kingdom of El Dorado, never found it. El Dorado has become a kind of a common term for any legendary place of untold riches, much like this show, actually. Untold riches on this show, folks. Let's go to the next question. Again, it's worth 60 points. Here it is. Daniel Goodwin is not afraid of heights, although he may quiver at the sight of some insecticide. The reason being, Daniel is the world's greatest human fly. What is the tallest building that Daniel Goodwin has ever scaled? This man actually climbs up buildings like an insect. Is it the Empire State Building, the World Trade Center, the Chrysler Building, the CN Tower, the Sears Tower in Chicago, or the Eiffel Tower in Paris? And for 60 points, we start with James.
The World Trade Center.
That is incorrect, James. Down to 50 points, over to Nancy.
Chrysler Tower.
That is also incorrect. Nancy, down to 40, over to Sean.
Sears Tower.
Sears Tower is correct for 40 points. Yeah, the Sears Tower in Chicago is the tallest building in the world. It is 1,454 feet or 443 meters high. Apparently, it took Mr. Goodwin 7 hours and 25 minutes to climb the building on May the 25th, 1981. Amazing achievement. Incredible. Why do people do these things? I guess for glory and untold wealth. Much like the reason people appear on the show, I guess. I don't think it's that hilarious, is it? Okay, let's go to the next question. Again, it's worth 60 points. Now, a light year is the distance light travels in 1 year. Astronomers, of course, use this unit to measure distances outside our solar system. How many miles does light travel in 1 year? How many miles does light travel in 1 year? 3.4 trillion miles, 1.7 trillion, 9.3 trillion, 5.8 trillion, 2.6 trillion miles, or 8.5 trillion miles. How many miles does light travel in 1 year? And for 60 points, we start with Sandy.
5.8.
That is correct for 60 points. You're pretty amazing, Sandy. Just pop those answers out. You're increasing your lead at 290 points as we come to the last question. Actually, it's still a fairly close game. Our champions are trailing by only 60 points. This is a team effort, so flaps up if you would, please. And, of course, this being the last question, as you know, the point value is triple. It's a chance to add 300 points to your score. Here is the last question. Now, whiskey is obviously an alcoholic beverage distilled from grain and malt. What is the most important ingredient when making bourbon whiskey? Is it A, corn, B, rye, C, barley, or D, wheat? What is the most important ingredient when making bourbon? And you have 5 seconds to think about that. Time is up. Sean, what do you think?
A, corn.
You think corn, and Blanche?
Acorn.
And James.
C, barley.
All right, let's find out how the Walshes voted. Sandy?
D, wheat.
And Rosemary?
C, barley.
And Nancy.
A, corn.
Let's find out right now the most important ingredient in bourbon. The answer is A, corn. Our continuing champions are the Hunts with 430 points. Congratulations. Once again, our champions, the Hunts, have squeaked into victory. They won by only 30 points once again, but they won, indeed they did, and it's Game 6 for them, and let's find out what they've won today. Nick, please.
You've just won the latest styles for today's woman from Sea Queen Resort Wear with Flair, from Canada's leading fashion swimwear manufacturer. Sea Queen, attractive swimsuits and cover-ups from Sea Queen. And from Trifari, fine fashion jewelry that enhances key fashion directions and colors, available in fine stores across Canada. Trifari knows what goes.
And to our challengers, the Walshes, in your own quiet way, you put up a terrific fight. You were in the lead for most of the game, and you're a wonderful team, and we've got some nice prizes for you, and we thank you for taking the time to join us on Guess What. We hope you had a good time here today. Thank you. And to our champions, who are within a hair now of that grand prize, we're going to be playing for cash and a bonus prize on our bonus round. That's coming up after these messages. Thank you. All right, we're back, and right now we're going to get into our bonus round. Before we do that, let's find out what that bonus prize is today. Nick?
You could win the Hagen Pro 25 Aquarium Starter Kit with stand. Provides a home for many brilliant tropical fish. Includes filter and other Hagen accessories for successful fish keeping. From Hagen.
Okay, let's get straight into our bonus round, the first question of which is worth $50, as you know by now. And it's time we put 4 answers on the board, and you get 1 guess each. Here is the question. Walloons are a group of people who live in southern Belgium. The region they inhabit consists of the provinces of Hainaut, Liege, Luxembourg, Namur, and the southern half of Brabant. What is the proper name for the entire region inhabited by the Walloons? Is it Walloonburg, Walloontown, Wallonia, or Wallenville, the entire region habited in southern Belgium by the group of people called the Walloons. $50, we start with Sean.
Wellenville?
That is incorrect. Over to Blanche.
Walloonburg.
That is also incorrect. James, it's all up to you.
Wallonia.
That is correct for $50. Okay, good beginning to our bonus round. Straight to the second question. Here is the question. I don't know if you played chess, any of you, but in the game of chess, each piece has a distinct value when captured. The exception is the king. Once you've lost the king, of course, you've lost the game. Which one of the following pieces is worth 5 points? The knight, the bishop, the pawn, the queen, or the rook? Which of these is worth 5 points in chess? And $50, we start with Blanche.
The queen.
That is incorrect. The queen is worth 9 points. Over to James.
The knight.
That is also incorrect. The knight is worth 3. And John, it's up to you.
The rook?
The rook is correct for $50. Okay, let's go straight to the last question. This is for the bonus prize. And this time, of course, it'll be even tougher. We'll put 6 answers on the board. You've got a pretty good history, this team, of winning bonus prizes, as I remember. Can't remember the statistics of how many you've won. Sean will probably know.
4, I think.
4 out of 6. This is game 6. Well, we're seeing if you're going to do 6 today. Here's the question. Arthur Godfrey's first successful show was called Arthur Godfrey's Talent Scouts. His second successful show was called Arthur Godfrey and Friends. And his third successful show was called modestly Arthur Godfrey. I guess that success cost him most of his friends and a lot of things. But anyway, who was the announcer of the show Arthur? Who was announcer on the show, on the Arthur Godfrey show? I'm exhausted from this question. Who writes these questions? I want names. Was the announcer on the Arthur Godfrey show Tony Marvin, Buffalo Bob, Bob Eubanks, Soupy Sales, Chet Huntley, or Nick Hollenrake? Who was the announcer on the Arthur Godfrey show? And for the bonus prize, we start with James.
Tony Marvin.
That is correct for the bonus prize. Whoopee! Congratulations. Well, you did it. This is game 6. You defied all odds to win the game and to win the bonus prize. I don't know what the odds are probably the same against winning bonus prizes as against winning the game. So that's .4 or something. I don't know what it is for this. But anyway, you're successful. I congratulate you. See you on game 7. See if you can get that grand prize. Thanks for being with us. See you at the same time next time on Guess What? Bye-bye, and be good to each other.
Promotional consideration from Collagen Foam Bath and Body Lotion, specializing in maintaining skin moisture and regaining suppleness without leaving an oily film. Collagen Foam Bath and Body Lotion. And Mighty Drop. Now you can eliminate unpleasant odors in seconds. Mighty Drop, the quick, easy way to deodorize and freshen your home. In drop or concentrated spray, Mighty Drop. And Dermatone, save your skin with Swedish formula Dermatone. It's 100% water-free and allows 5 times normal sun exposure. Dermatone saves your skin, keeps moisture in. This is Nick Hollenrake speaking for Guess What? A Glen Warren production.